cloth white is different than how it would look on black, right? Then it's different than how it would look on gold. And it's different than how it would look like on a burnt orange. Okay? So I can't predict, again, it's about the intuitive feeling. What will look good? What will look the best? I can't say, well, use a calculator of, well, there's this color is this much percent of the painting, therefore it will. I mean, I think framers at Michaels or Brothers do that. They're like, oh, the matte should be the third most dominant color in the painting, something like that. But really, when you look at it, you can see, oh, which one do I like? Which one fits? So actually what I ended up doing was I pre-cut three mattes, and then I'll just show you how I cut a simple small matte. So this gold one I'm going to cut in front of you. So what I do is, like, usually the frames will have some of these wire holders. So you don't jam a piece of metal up your nail. Not that I've ever done that. You want to use a screwdriver to gently remove the back. Okay. So now we have the back removed. It's also very important to clean the inside of the glass, because once it's closed, it's over, right? So we want to make sure it's nice and clean from the inside. And then I found from experience, so don't break the glass, put the painting in, once it's completed, close it, and then clean the front. If you start to clean the glass this way, that way, the likelihood of dropping it is much higher. So again, it might be an obvious thing. It wasn't to me, so I'm just sharing what I've learned. So I try to measure as little as possible. So what happened to my pencil? I don't know what pencil. Just use this one. I had it here somewhere. It was a mechanical pencil, so it's very okay. So what I'll do is I'll just cheat a little bit, and I'll use the back of the frame to create this. I could have done it this way too. Maybe I'll do it this way. Why not? Then I save it. I can do two. So it will be pretty close to, rather than measuring it out, it's kind of a shortcut. So the first thing I'll do with this matte cutter is that I remove this. This is kind of a little shelf that moves back and forth, so you can measure out your what you're cutting. But I kind of don't particularly find it that useful, so I just remove it. So what I do is I put the mat board right up against the line. So this metal part is right up against the line that I've drawn. And this is the straight cutter. So for that, you have to remove the blade, open it, and move it out. So when it's stored, the blade should be retracted so it doesn't cut you or anything while it's being moved. And then I just apply some pressure here, and you pull towards yourself. So it cuts pretty easily. And then I find the line on this side. And I do the same here. So it's a pretty clean line. If you start to see it's very frayed, it's starting to fray a little bit. So that just means the blade needs to be replaced. So now I have this, it should fit pretty well inside. And sometimes I'll use the screwdriver because it'll get caught on the
grips.
on the grips, exactly. Yeah. And sometimes it's just too big, so it needs to be cut. It does fit, so I don't need to mess with it too much right now. But if I do find I need to cut it smaller, I can just cut a sliver off. So that's the straight cutter. Then the part comes where you start to measure to see. So what I do is I put my painting on the back, and then I see where is it that I want to, how big a window do I want to cut. And that's where this tool comes in very handy. So